down there and came back and moved back.
Oh, even that I see her face. I knew she was going to be the one to do it.
Just make sure you say that word correctly when you say it.
Yeah.
I know.
And if you can't, then just don't say it. Pick another word. Make it worse.
I think that might be something that where if you feel like somebody might need the clear anti-blemish cleanser, at that point they might be needing to go see Morgan anyways.
Right.
So that might be something, if you're feeling somebody is having that bad of a breakout that they need to go, then they need to be talking to
If
Morgan.
somebody has that bad of a breakout, products alone are not going to completely solve the issue.
There's
because
something else
then
going
you're
on.
You're looking at, I mean, there is a big root problem for that, firstly, and secondly, they're going to be dealing with some post-traumatic, I've had a lot of scarring going on kind of issues. So then, definitely, just try and get them into a free consultation with them
Yeah.
at that point.
Absolutely. Yeah. If somebody comes in and they have
And you're
a
really
condition
just
that they
not
really don't know where to go, that is the perfect time to encourage them to see Morgan, because it's going to help the whole spa, because then you're going to have somebody come in who sees the improvement with their skin just by saying Morgan, just by the back bar stuff. Yes, they should be using it at home, but once you have somebody in the door, if you can get them to do that, they'll trust you guys and be client for life. That's way more important than selling somebody a product first time they come in, is having that person return and be really happy with their skin. So yeah, I would definitely always encourage that if they have that bad of a problem. And when in doubt, I say less is more. You know, like if somebody comes in and they're like, well, I have breakouts. Okay, we have these. I wouldn't say you need to do this, and then you need to scrub, and then you need to use Renew Serum, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, what are you using at home? Get an idea of it. Where is the hole in that? Well, I'm cleansing with this. I have this scrub, and I don't use a moisturizer. Okay, so let's get them on a moisturizer that is anti-inflammatory. So oil-free moisturizer. And maybe Renew Serum. So maybe you're not looking to address every single product in their line right there, but what are they missing is probably the biggest deal.
I tell a lot of people, let's fill in some blanks, and then as you run out of this, you know, if you're wanting to replace it, I know exactly which one I would have you in, you know, but and
Exactly.
then they're like, oh, they're not making me throw it all away, and they're not forcing me, oh, they really do want to help, and that helps a lot, because then I get that.
Yeah, and then you know what's working too is the great thing. So if you send them home with just Renew Serum that day and they come back and they're like, total improvement. Well, guess what? Renew Serum was the perfect choice for them, and now you can keep working. If you send them home with a whole regimen the first time, then you're like, oh, well, I don't really know what is causing this other thing, or, you know, so starting slow, I think, can be a lot more beneficial with somebody who has that big of a skin concern, like acne, like really bad acne. Yeah, and be super sensitive to that condition too, because it is very debilitating for a lot of people. So encouraging them to see Morgan too and building that trust is going to be way more important than sending them home with a product, for sure. So we talked about cleansers for them, oily, acne prone. How about toners? There's really, well, I would say you could probably use two. So in the oily line, purifying always, right? And what about the calming flower mist if they have some inflamed acne out of the sensitive line? Awesome, awesome, awesome choice. If they have inflammation in their red because of their breakouts, all day calming flower mist. It won't make them break out more. It will help with the condition, because what's probably happening is they're using something really harsh at home and causing all of this redness, and it's making the problem worse. So if they can use something to start repairing that barrier, and also using their good salicylic and, you know, really targeted treatments, they'll see improvement from that, from reducing the inflammation. That's usually one of the biggest things with acne, reducing that inflammation. So think of the sensitive line in a lot of cases, because people are using things too harsh for their skin, and they have lifestyles that are too harsh for their skin. So keep in mind the sensitive line. You don't have to get them on the whole sensitive regimen. Pull pieces out of it that work for them. Calming flower mist, balancing moisture remedy for somebody who's oily, acne prone, because that's going to be calming. It's going to help with post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. It has natural brighteners in it. So that's an awesome one for somebody who gets occasional breakouts and they deal with the redness after. Like I have a ton of it right here. So that's the moisturizer I use because I can have it correct that issue while it's hydrating. So
Talking with about the,
balancing moisture remedy in the sensitive line.
oh, that moisturizer.
Yeah. Yeah. So that has the peony and goldenrod, natural skin brighteners. So that'll help with post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So, But you can think of little things to pull from that line if somebody is experiencing any kind of sensitization from something else. Moisturizer for oily, acne prone. Oil-free, definitely. Oil control emulsion, definitely. And then what was the other one that's kind of serum-y that has the acai antioxidant support in it? Pure hydration. Mm-hmm. Oil control emulsion, though, people are so happy with that when they're oily and broken out. So I would stick there. Yeah.
And the balancing moisture that we just talked about.
Yes, and the balancing moisture remedy. Yep. And it's not in the oily because it's going to be in the sensitive skin category in here. That's why we haven't gone over it yet. But it's in the. Just because it's in the sensitive doesn't mean that you can't use it in another skin type because of a skin condition. So in that case, you're going to be thinking of sensitivity more as a skin condition than a skin type. If you're going to pull it into somebody who's oily or dry, you don't have to keep them on the entire sensitive line. That's going to be for somebody who has rosacea or they're truly sensitive and that's just their genetic makeup. SPF for somebody who's oily, acne prone. Oil-free. Oil-free, definitely. And solar shade from the sensitive line. That's going to give them antioxidant support. And it's also going to be all physical. So unless somebody is sensitive to physical sunscreen, which is very, very, very rare, it's a perfect choice for them. The other reason that it's great to put somebody on solar shade who might be acne prone is because a lot of times acne prone people are battling post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Well, what chemical sunscreens do is they actually absorb UV rays. The heat from that can exacerbate hyperpigmentation sometimes, or it can just not let it heal, just keep it kind of where it is. So using a physical block is going to help avoid the heat that's coming into the skin because it's actually sitting on top of the skin and blocking the rays. Okay?
Works really well. I used it all summer for my face at the swimming pool.
Solar shade,
No, I'm sorry, the other
the oil-free.
It did not break out my face all summer.
Yeah,
When I'd forget it and I'd have to use the children's, the next day I always had acne on my chin.
yeah,
Always.
yeah,
So I love it.
yeah, yeah. Oil-free is awesome. Solar
A lot of
shade,
people,
awesome.
especially women, are afraid to put sunscreen on their face.
Oh,
Because
I
of
know.
breakouts and because they're going to look too greasy.
And
oily,
because of
it's too big.
experiences they've had, understandably. They'll have a white mask on their face or they're super greasy, sticky. They can't put anything on top of it. Oh,
But
Yep.
this doesn't do that. It's a fact.
yep. Yeah, so and take those experiences and use them. Use them with your clients. Tell them that because they want to know how it's going to work for them in real life. You can say all you want, like this is going to do this. Well, let me tell you the experience I had with it. And so I know it's going to help you with this problem. That's how you're going to relate to them. So use those anecdotes, definitely. Okay, so antioxidant and hydration boost for somebody who's oily, acne prone. This is a real tricky one. Vitamin C on acneic people sometimes just is not good. If somebody is a little bit acneic, but they're starting to be concerned with wanting to use vitamin C so that they can start rebuilding some collagen and start using an antioxidant, I would keep them at 10% only if they're acneic. I would never go into a 15 or above for
We
that.
don't have those.
That's totally fine.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, so when you say 10%, everyone's probably like 10%.
10% vitamin C. Yeah, so
There are 3 vitamin C serums, and that's the primary antioxidant product they have. There's 10%, 15%, and then the ultra 15%. That's what we're talking about.
and there's Cytolux vitamin C plus
and
too.
Power Duo they just
Yeah.
put out.
So yeah,
No.
you wouldn't.
Not as of right now.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm considering.
Yeah, I'm not hearing that it's the biggest question right now
If
coming in from
I
clientele.
Did, it would probably. I don't know if we do 10 or 15. I'd probably just go straight for the ultra or the Power Duo.
I would say, I mean, the Power Duos do amazing. The price point is right on. I mean, Cytolux Ageless Power Duo retails for $70. So that's a mini vitamin C, a mini
I was
B5.
gonna say, if I can't get somebody into the Cytolux serum, odds are I can't get them into the super serum.
Mm-hmm.
Odds are it's going into the tretinool or the retinol CS,
Which are great.
which are great, but at that point I'd rather have them in the Power Duo
Exactly. The Cytolux
for the
might
anti-aging
be,
aspect.
yeah. If somebody's going to invest in Cytolux, they're going to be more likely to invest in that vitamin C. So if you don't have somebody who's going to invest in the vitamin C in the core line, somebody who's looking at Cytolux, getting them into that Power Duo and starting to see the difference, because you are going to have the sweet iris and that vitamin C plus to help with anti-aging. That's going to give you some antioxidant support, and you're going to have your vitamin C. It might be a good place to start,
Okay.
is with the Cytolux, just the ageless Power Duos.
Okay, so that's a. Okay, the 15%. So, or the 10% would be the one for oily or acne.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And that's the only one. So, and I don't see that as like a next step really to be getting people into. So I would definitely stick to this and then do their targeted treatments and masks and add-ons, and not so much the antioxidants for somebody who is oily acneic, because they're going to be getting that in all of their products anyways. All of our products have antioxidant support. So they'll be getting that either in a moisturizer. So I wouldn't worry so much about that. I would worry more about people who are truly concerned with anti-aging.
So then into the target and treatment of the acne.
So definitely Renew Serum. Renew Serum you could put in every single column except for sensitive redness, really. You can use that on anybody unless they're super, super sensitive. That's going to help with anti-aging. It's going to help with breakouts, and it's at such an awesome price point that once they start seeing changes from that, well, what else can my skin do if I invest a little bit more? So always, always a really good place to start. Somebody who is afraid of that initial investment. And always a good place if somebody has a hole. That's always almost, 9 times out of 10 a good thing to plug it with, because you can get so many benefits from it. Okay, so target and treat, we're still on that for oily, acne prone. And this is a long one because there's so much that you can do with acneic skin. What else might you recommend for somebody who gets breakouts?
Blemish treatment?
Yep, clear anti-blemish treatment, definitely on the target and treat. What about retinol CS?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, retinol CS is an awesome one. Now, what about tretinool?
I don't go for it.
Nope, tretinool is going to be your strongest retinol product up there. It's all trans retinol, which means your skin absorbs it really quickly. It also has vitamin C and E in it. So if you have somebody who is breakout prone, what did we say about vitamin C? Not always the best thing. Vitamin E is going to be a little bit